What's up everyone, welcome back to another What If video. Last time, we had the conclusion to the future Trunks arc, where we saw Gohan and Trunks' plan to defeat Zamasu actually end up working. With help from Shin and Whis, Super Dragon Balls were gathered and a wish was made to remove Zamasu from every timeline he could possibly exist in, which completely eliminated him. Following this, we saw the group training more and more and growing stronger, eventually leading up to the tournament of power being planned. We left off with Universe 7 beginning to fight as the tournament began, with Universe 9 getting erased first. Seeing as the fights are getting more and more intense, as a leader, Gohan decides that everyone should split up. Goku and Vegeta are off on their own, so the remaining 8 members split up into small groups of their own. First we have the fight between Universe 7 and 4, which goes pretty normal. Krillin ends up being the first one eliminated again. Poor guy. Oh wait, no, he's actually saved by Piccolo, who's able to stretch his arms out and catch him. That was kinda concerning for Beerus, but good thing he was fighting alongside Piccolo. Without Frieza there, Frost is just going on a spree picking off whoever he can, and Krillin ended up being one of them. The two of them end up facing up against Frost, along with 18, and Piccolo alone would have been enough to defeat Frost easily, so this is just overkill at this point. If you remember a few parts ago, Piccolo was able to access God Ki, and he hasn't really got any practice with this new divine power, since he only really fought in the Universe 6 tournament. He's impressed to see how strong he truly is now, as well as the fact that he sees that his training and his access to the Divine Key is paying off. The groups continue going around getting into fights. Broly is with Gohan, and they're able to pick off some Universe 6 fighters like Potamo and Vegeta pretty easily, and this gets the attention of Caulifla. The two of them end up splitting up, since they're both experienced and strong enough to fight alone. Realizing that Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta are all Saiyans, as well as that guy Broly, she's kinda curious about the form that Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta are using, and wants to fight them and learn about it. Caulifla is no match in this fight, even as a Super Saiyan 2. Remember, this wrathful Super Saiyan form is much stronger than Super Saiyan 3, and it's kinda like Super Saiyan 4, but not exactly the same thing. They look the same in their access in similar ways, but the way they use it isn't exactly like Super Saiyan 4. But yeah, that's still essentially what it is. Due to Gohan basically being a master of it, and it being more powerful than Super Saiyan 3, it's essentially a powered up base form for them, meaning no stamina drain. Gohan's fighting Caulifla, and he doesn't use it as an opportunity to train Caulifla like Goku did, but he doesn't take it entirely seriously either by knocking her out right away. He's impressed with her power, but he knows that it makes her a potential threat. After playing around in the fight a bit, he ends up blasting her off the stage, knowing that she'll be a threat once her power keeps growing. He doesn't treat this the way Goku did. This makes Kale enraged, and she powers to her Berserk legendary Super Saiyan form right away. Gohan immediately drops out of Wrathful Super Saiyan to turn Super Saiyan God, knowing that the form Kale is using is just like Broly's, and shouldn't be underestimated. He overpowers her to the point where she drops out of the form, and he's able to knock her out, but Hit is actually trying to step in to save her. Seeing how the strongest fighters in Universe 6 are fighting Gohan right now, Broly steps in and tries to stop Hit. Gohan eliminates Kale, with Broly now facing off against Hit once again. He assures Gohan that he'll be fine alone, so Gohan goes off to join Piccolo and eliminate some other fighters. Knowing that Broly will see through Hit's time skip now, and probably break through it, Hit decides to fight Broly one-on-one without any tricks. He could use his time lag and trap Broly, but he'd rather save that in case he needs to fight someone like Jiren, since restraining Broly with it would cause him to lose all his power. The two of them begin to fight and are pretty even, with Broly eventually overpowering Hit and Super Saiyan God. Realizing that the situation is bad, Hit decides to break out his time lag and trap Broly, even though he wanted to save it. He does so and Broly is now unable to move, and Hit uses this as an opportunity to try and knock Broly out, until he's caught off guard by a tackle from another fighter. It's Broly? Hit's confused, but then he remembers he saw that other Broly before at the beginning of the tournament. Future Broly has stepped in to save his alternate self, and this allows Broly to break out of the time lag. While future Broly isn't nearly as strong, he acted as a good distraction, and now the two of them are able to fight Hit, ending up with them overwhelming Hit and throwing him out of the ring. Universe 6 has already lost its 3 strongest fighters, and only has a few left thanks to Universe 7. The two Brolys stick together for now, so let's transition over to Universe 2. Vegeta and Trunks are fighting together and facing off against the fighters from Universe 2. They're able to eliminate some of them pretty easily, with Ribrianne being the biggest obstacle. Being pretty annoyed by Ribrianne, Vegeta decides that they need to get rid of her now. He and Trunks don't want to waste any time, so they go directly to their full power, and end up taking her out with a few others with a father-son Gallic gun. And on the other side of the arena while this is going on, 17 and 18 knock out some Universe 2 opponents on their own. It's weird for Trunks because he already met the now good version of Android 18 in this timeline, but he hasn't met the reformed 17 yet, so this is one of his first encounters with 17 after he's turned good. Just thought I should point that out. It's a little weird for him. You know, the last time they saw each other, they were both trying to kill each other. Universe 7 is performing pretty well. They've eliminated some strong opponents from other universes already. But this isn't even the beginning. Jiren is still meditating. He hasn't even stepped out to fight anyone yet. This gets Goku excited to fight Jiren. The two of them end up facing off and Goku does a lot better than he does normally. This is one of the first times he showed off Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in this scenario, and with the extreme control of Mastered Super Saiyan Blue and the power boost of Kaioken, along with the huge increase in power Goku got from training, he's actually able to fight against a heavily suppressed Jiren. Keep in mind, I said heavily suppressed Jiren. This isn't like full-powered Jiren we're talking about. And Goku knows that Jiren is holding back, so he decides to break out his Spirit Bomb right now. With the energy gathered, Goku launches it and pushes it towards Jiren with all of his power. The Spirit Bomb is actually a lot harder for Jiren to push back this time, and he begins to struggle against it because of the power it holds, and how much better Goku is able to push it back. But once Jiren releases more power, well, in Jiren's words, it's over. This causes the Spirit Bomb to collapse and leads to Goku tapping into Ultra Instinct Omen for the first time, pretty much like the original. But the fight is very different. Since Goku is much more powerful in this timeline, even without being able to attack properly in UI Omen, he's able to put up a pretty good fight against Jiren and causes him to power up a little bit more. Jiren is pretty surprised at how strong Goku is, but he's still no match, and Jiren is eventually able to defeat Goku. With Goku a little drained, he's found by the two Brolys and they try to protect him for now. Krillin and 18 are the first two to be eliminated from Universe 7, and the other universes are being picked off one by one. Universe 6's remaining fighters are defeated, with Kaba being the last one standing. Seeing as no one is going to interrupt, the one to fight him is Vegeta, who actually evens the playing field as they both fight in Super Saiyan 2, a form that's essentially useless for Vegeta. He just wants to test Kaba's abilities now. He still has a soft spot for Kaba and uses this opportunity to get him to unlock Super Saiyan 2 for himself. Vegeta knows that only one universe will be victorious, and sadly he knows Kaba won't be strong enough to fend for his universe alone. He makes a promise that no matter what, he will revive the young Saiyan in his universe. It's a bittersweet moment as Vegeta has to knock Kaba out of the ring and erase his universe, but Kaba's hopeful and confident that this isn't the end. He says his goodbye to his master, and Universe 6 is erased. Vegeta's now in a sour mood, but this is how it was going to end anyways for Universe 6, and he's at least glad that he was able to train with Kaba again. Vegeta wants to win now and bring them back. The only fighters remaining are those from Universe 11, the robots from Universe 3, and some fighters from Universe 4. But once the Universe 4 fighters' tricks are exposed, Universe 4 is the one to go next. But along with them, Future Trunks and Future Broly are knocked out by the fighters from Universe 4. This is what gets people to realize that one of them is invisible and one of them is really small. So that lets them knock the Universe 4 fighters out, even though they already lost Future Trunks and Broly due to it. Aniraza is formed by Universe 3, and he's defeated pretty easily by Universe 7, who still has 6 fighters left. Their numbers made them a big target for Universe 3, but they're somehow able to manage still, because now it's just them in Universe 11. Universe 11 only has a few fighters left, so they need to take out some people from Universe 7. Dispo is actually pretty easy to take out this time. Piccolo and Gohan handle him pretty easily, but now they face Toppo, who's in his God of Destruction mode, knowing that he needs all the power he can get. Jiren doesn't even bother to intervene, but the fight is kinda unfair since it's 6v1 against Toppo, which is what makes him want to transform. And he puts up a decent fight, but he's ultimately eliminated. And now it's the remaining fighters Universe 7 versus Jiren. Goku can't access that Ultra Instinct thing that he did before, so now they decide to strategize. They need as much power as possible, so first, everyone starts off by powering up to their maximum power. Goku tells Broly this as well, and even though Broly is strong in his God form, Goku knows that Broly has more within him. With all the training they've done together over the past year, and the few times he's seen Broly briefly access the power of Super Saiyan Blue, Goku helps Broly power up as Broly is aware that he needs to attempt this. Goku knows it'll work, and it does. Broly is able to finally access Super Saiyan Blue and maintain it for a bit, and although he struggles to use it, the power he's giving off is insane. Even with it though, everyone isn't sure if they can defeat Jiren. They need to combine their strategy and power to win this. This is the final fight, and everyone attacks with all their might. The Saiyans launch towards him, with Piccolo and 17 staying behind as support. 17 throws up barriers in front of Jiren as everyone lunges towards him, blocking Jiren's ki blast and creating a smokescreen. The Saiyans are able to reach Jiren thanks to the help, and are now overwhelming Jiren greatly. With Broly and Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue, Gohan in Mastered Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku in Mastered Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, that's kind of a mouthful, Jiren is losing a lot of ground. Whenever there's an opening, like when Jiren is about to counter, Piccolo is on the sidelines with some clones and charging multiple special beam cannons to fire at him. While these attacks would normally kill other people, Jiren isn't one to be mortally wounded by this, but Piccolo's special beam cannon combined with his exponentially higher power now allows him to get some decent hits in on Jiren when there is an opening. Whenever Jiren tries to retaliate these hits, Piccolo is protected by 17, as Jiren then gets attacked by Super Saiyan Blues for trying to refocus his attention. And think about the sheer power of the Saiyans here. Blue Goku and Vegeta are already stronger than they are in canon, and Goku's in a better form as Super Saiyan Blue, with Vegeta actually trying to control Super Saiyan Blue himself like Goku's doing. And on top of that, they have Mastered Super Saiyan Blue Gohan, and a Super Saiyan Blue Broly is here as well, both of whom are even stronger than that. Plus, Jiren already faced a decent challenge from Goku when he went UI-Omen earlier on, so now Jiren's actually getting closer and closer to using his full power, since he now has a serious challenge. The 4 Saiyans, who all got even stronger since the beginning of the tournament, plus the support of 17 and Piccolo, creates a situation where they're overwhelming Jiren greatly. During this time, everyone comes up with a plan. They need to hold Jiren down and destroy the ground beneath him to knock him off. Their power now is good enough, but they can all tell Jiren still isn't fighting seriously yet, and if he powers up fully, then they'll have a lot more trouble taking him out. Power isn't how they're going to win this. They need to have a strategy on top of that. This will be a hard team effort, and they have one shot, but it might work. Jiren is powering up further and getting annoyed, and before he reaches his full power, everyone knows to act quickly. Jiren's getting pushed closer and closer to the edge and is about to be knocked off. Before he powers up fully, the Saiyans push him to the edge of the arena. Now's their chance for a big gamble by Gohan and Broly. The two of them use all their power to grab Jiren from behind, and right away, Goku knows what they're trying to do. They need to sacrifice themselves. 17 focuses on throwing up barriers around the 3 of them so they can't escape, and while Jiren is restrained by Gohan and Broly, they're all trapped within 17's shields, which are increasing in number quickly. Vegeta, Piccolo, and Goku work together, with Vegeta launching a final flash and Piccolo launching light grenades alongside his clones to push them back further. Jiren is about to break out of the hold, but before doing so, Goku jumps up in the air above Vegeta and Piccolo, launching a Hexa Destructo Disc that he picked up from Krillin. Jiren ends up breaking out as Gohan and Broly fall into the void, but it's too late. Goku broke the ground below them with all his Destructo Discs, and Jiren is falling as well, with Goku and 17 now joining in on blasting Jiren off with all their power. Jiren can't fight back now, and he can't even jump back to the stage because he has no footing beneath him, and thus, Jiren is eliminated, leaving 4 fighters from Universe 7 behind. Goku never ends up mastering Ultra Instinct, and Jiren never actually got to go full power, thanks to some coordination of Universe 7's last fighters. So who gets the wish? Well, as for an MVP, they can't choose it based on who's remaining in the ring, as there's more than one person. In this scenario, I feel like the MVP that they'd select would be Goku or Gohan, since Gohan had the most eliminations and did pretty well as a leader, while Goku was really good with strategy and weakening Jiren, as well as helping Broly power up. Since Goku's still on stage, I'd say he gets the MVP nomination, and while he's not sure what to wish for at first, he then decides to wish for every universe to be restored, since he looks forward to fighting some of these strong contestants again. And that's the end of this story. Well, at least for now. This what if was pretty fun, but it's not over yet. This ending is only temporary. Broly still hasn't actually learned to use Wrathful Super Saiyan, and we still have the Moro arc to do. I'm gonna leave a small poll. Since I can't do the Moro arc yet, would you guys like me to cover Future Trunks' timeline for this what if? Some of you asked if I'd cover what happened for Future Trunks in more detail, and what happened in his timeline following the Cell Saga, as well as what happened in his universe after the defeat of Zamasu, and potentially after this tournament. Let me know by voting in the poll, but otherwise, we'll have to wait until the Moro arc concludes before we make another part for this. Thanks to everyone for supporting this What If series since the beginning, and as always, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications about future parts to this What If and any other videos of mine. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.